All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another post-fight discussion video. Macy Chiasson versus Norma Dumont. All right, so I was a little bit torn on this one. I couldn't decide. First, I thought Norma, then I said Macy, then I went with Norma, then I went back with Macy. I just had to go back with Macy because I said, this is the first time in a while that Macy has got a full training camp, no short notice, and she's fighting at her weight at 145. So I had to factor in a lot of that. Like a fresh Macy Chiasson is going to be a danger to anybody at featherweight, and I still had to look at what Norma Dumont could do, just off of her resume. But I said, if Norma starts slow in here, I could see Macy Chiasson taking this fight. And that's kind of what happened here. Macy Chiasson was able to use her range early, use some nice angles and switching stances, I think was giving Norma Dumont some problems. It wasn't until the third round that when Macy started to slow down that Norma Dumont started to show her dog. Norma was always game. She was always poised and ready to go. I just feel like she wasn't letting her hands go enough in that first round. She wasn't able to get the timing down to Macy Chiasson. She needed to land more leg kicks and, set up that right hand because right hand was winging. A couple of times she missed, a couple of times she landed. And when she did, she get a reaction out of Macy Chiasson. But Macy, man, like she's got power in both hands. She was able to crack Norma Dumont a few times. Norma's got a good chin. But I just needed to see Norma. Really, really close distance early on. It wasn't Norma that closed distance. It actually turned out to be Macy closing in for that clinch. But as she closed in, it was more so, I think, because she was starting to get tired. So I think, her cardio might be an issue, too, for Macy Chiasson. But real quick, let's look back at the fight. I think Macy Chiasson, she did well at working her range, landing her kicks. She was going for those head kicks, switching stances, landed a few good straight left hands. And she was able to just kind of mask the power. Every time she would switch sides, you didn't know where the power hand was coming from, the right or the left. So, the first round I gave the Macy Chiasson easy. I thought she just landed more of the better shots. Second round, Macy, she was keeping that range well again. Norma Dumont's right hand was landing, though, whenever she would close in. Landed in singles, though. She needed to follow up. Macy, she was step in, land a nice combination, and then she closed into a clinch. And I didn't know why she was just closing into just like a clinch and just like leaning on Norma. I wanted to see her get that tie clinch and land those knees to the body. Like a few times when she did clinch up and land knees to the body, you could see like those shots were doing damage. Like when she would clinch up with Norma and land those knees to the body, that's what was much more effective. But when she was just like leaning, I was like, yo, why don't the referee break at this point? Because not much was happening. She did get a takedown, but Norma Dumont was able to pop back up. And once again, Macy Chiasson goes into this clinch. Nothing really effective happens. So I was like, yo, referee, he really needs to separate. I gave the round to Macy Chiasson, but at the same time, it started to just kind of turn into like a clinch fest. Not much going on here. Third round, Norma, she started to turn it up here. I think she knows she needed this round. She came back stronger, landed a good counter right hand in the opening round, opening minute, landed another big right hand, hurt Macy Chiasson. Macy Chiasson, what she do? Goes right back into that clinch. She goes back in that clinch, tries to take Norma down, but Norma's big, man. Like Norma, she was shorter, like 4 inches shorter, but she popped back up and like Macy Chiasson was kind of riding her back. So yeah, Norma's like, she's a big featherweight, So Macy tries to go back to clinch, and again, nothing's really happening in this round. I think people started to boo. Even in the live stream, we was kind of like, oh, what's going on here? Like, I need to see more here. So Norma, she finally created space. She looked frustrated. So when she created space, she started landing some big right hands. And I thought she was going to stop Macy. She cracked Macy Chiasson with a good right hand. And I was like, oh, Macy's really going to hold on now, which she did. Referee, to me, after like 30 seconds of, just a stalemate, he needed to break again, which he didn't. So I think Macy took it on home on a couple of judges' scorecards. I actually gave Norma Dumont the third round. I had it 2-1 for Macy Chiasson. I really wanted to see her turn it up more in this fight, though, man. Like, she really needs to commit to her range more and just establish, like, a good jab. Maybe not switch stances too much, but establish a good jab in one stance and, come over the top with those long limbs, come over the top and just fully extend her power shots. I think that's what she really needs to do. Also, like I said, a tie clinch favors Macy Chiasson more, not just, like, holding like she was doing. Like, that was just not a satisfying performance for the fans, So Macy Chiasson doesn't necessarily have to go in there and go toe-to-toe and look to take big shots. She needs to go in there and, commit to using her power and her size and her clinch. Because if she goes in there and just, tie clinches somebody up and works knees to the body, shoot, that's all she needs to do. She landed a few good knees on Norma Dumont. I don't know why she didn't commit to it. She probably could have finished her. Maybe, like I said, she needs to work on her cardio because she started to kind of gas out. She was really like just laying in the last couple of minutes of the second round, and then same in the third. So yeah, from here, man, I'm kind of disappointed in that performance because I think it might make Dana White pump the brakes on a featherweight division now. I really wanted to see both of these fighters show out and put on something explosive. Even if not like back and forth, just dominant from one or the other, from Macy or Norma. So Dana White would say, wow, maybe we need to build this featherweight division for sure now, because if we do that, we're going to get a lot of big knockouts, big women and big knockouts, right? So I wanted to see that. But now that the performance was kind of, they might try to pump brakes on it now. So that's just my thoughts, though, the more and more I think about it. But I'm going to talk about the featherweight division a little bit more to see if anything becomes of it. Or, they're going to make Macy Chiasson squeeze back down to 135 and kill her that way. I hope not. But hopefully they do something with the 145 pounds. What do you guys think? What do y'all think of Macy's performance? What do you think of Norma's? I can't put it all on Macy Chiasson, though, because I think Norma, it was on her to make adjustments and turn it up as well, because she kind of sat back too much in the first two rounds. She needed to go in there and do something big. If somebody's going to clinch you up, hey, you find that way to get out and just break with elbows and create space. It should have been on her to out-strengthen. She did come in a little bit, just a pound and a half heavy, but you know what I mean. So I don't know, guys. Featherweight division, once again, is going to have a question mark over it. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.